Hi everyone, me again, coming to you from the Nantahala Forest. Susan and I are on Wayha Road, and one of our favorite roads when we come up here. This is a little different. I've got the low camera mount, but I'm also vlogging at the same time, so we'll try this, see how this works out, see what you think. Yes, I have a long extension cord. I don't have wireless. I'm old school, so hopefully this works. If it's plugged in, then everything will work, and if it isn't plugged in, well, then you won't hear a daggum thing. So anyway, just had an interesting experience. We stopped, as we always do, at a little gas station and country store right up from Iron Horse, where we stay, and filled up, got it ready to go, and Susan went to hit start and nothing happened. Her battery totally crapped out just that quick. I mean, she just started it 5 minutes before that, no problem, and in fact she's ridden it a couple of times this morning just around the resort there a little bit. Gave some girl a ride on it, and they rode around some on it. I don't know how old that battery is. She asked me. It's probably time to replace it. I keep them on tenders as much as I can, and so I get a lot more time out of them than I would normally, but we haven't had them on the tenders this week while we've been here, and that looks like that was a mistake, so have to get a battery. Now here's the fun part. The battery in a 2013 Spider RT is up in the front. It's in what they call the frunk, and the frunk is locked. It has an electrical release, so if you have no electricity, you have no way to release the lock. Now, apparently there is a way to get in there, disassemble something, get in there, and you can get to it, but I don't have a lot of tools with me, and because everything, to be frankly honest, everything's been so bulletproof so far. But the bike does have a 12-volt power port at the very back in the trunk, and now you can get into it with just the key. And I had gave Susan one of the little American flags that sticks on the back underneath the license plate, lights up all the time, and it was plugged in there. So I had a power supply there, and I have one of those high-tech battery jump starters for a car, you know, the little small ones carry in a pouch. Charge them off of a USB port, and it's cranked my diesel truck before, so I know it's got plenty of juice. Well, we weren't far from the place, so I went back and got it out of my truck, and went up there and managed to get enough power through the 12-volt port in the back to release the lock, and that allowed me to get to the battery in the front, and I jumped it off, and so far we're doing fine. We decided we would continue on with our ride. I've got the battery with me, the remote battery, so hopefully everything will work out okay. What do you think of this view through here? This is the Nantahala Gorge. Not much kayaking or anything on this one. It kind of comes from well, I'll take it back. This comes off of a lake up here, and so it's not the main river that you'd see the kayakers on. Mostly this is where fishermen come. And they've got all kinds of fish programs up here about catch and release, or certain times of year you can catch fish, or certain age of people that can fish. Kind of interesting. But we really like it up here. It's always cool. It's a lot, you know, plenty of humidity and cool, so it cools you down good. I'm just riding in a t-shirt, and I'm actually a little chilly. I'm kind of hoping the sun will come back out. We got a little overcast. But anyway, we've had a real good week. Susan's been a little under the weather, a little bit of a cold, but this is her favorite place, and so we've had a real good time. Everything else has gone great. We've just about had the place to ourselves. I guess you could probably put maybe 20 campers on their spot now, and there were 3 of us. All told. We were the only ones on the lower section, and there were 2 motorhomes up on the upper section where they have full hookups. We just need electricity. We don't do the hookups other than that. But everything's been really good. I've said it 1,000 times. If you get anywhere near this part of North Carolina, come stay at the Iron Horse Lodge, Motorcycle Lodge. They cater 2 bikes. They've got a kitchen that serves breakfast and supper. Really good. They actually do prime rib on Saturday night, if you can afford it. Pretty expensive nowadays. But if you want to camp, you can camp pretty cheap. You can get a good room if you want. The people could not be nicer. They're just as nice as they can be. And of course, they know my lovely wife so well because she always calls and makes reservations. She pulls her old flight attendant trick. She gets a little box of those little Rochelle candies or whatever those things are, and always brings them a little box of candy for the ladies at the desk. So they always remember her. And we'll be heading back tonight, tomorrow. This is our last day. You know, things don't stop just because you go on vacation. Everything builds up. Only thing that didn't build it up is laundry, because we're not there to get anything dirty. So I guess that's all I can say about that. What do you think of this? My lovely wife will be watching this later, and she'll of course turn the sound off. If you feel like you should, then be my guest. If you don't want to hear the drone of this thing and my drone as well, I don't blame you one bit. But this is a great road to ride. It's pretty well known now, but I don't think it's in any of the travel guides or anything like that. You got to ask probably somebody who's been up here and ridden it, really. But this road goes from the Nantahala Gorge, from the Whitewater Center. It ties into 74. Yeah, it ties into Highway 74, and this goes all the way to Franklin, North Carolina, and it's pretty long. It's a nice ride. It's one of those rides where you could ride all the way up to Franklin, stop and get a soft drink or a sandwich, top off with gas if you want, and turn around and you could come back on Moonshiner 28, or you could come back on this road again, or you could strike out for parts unknown. There are lots of major highways right there in Franklin, so you can jump on, head out. But I really like it. It's not as technical as the Dragon. It is more scenic than the Dragon by far. Like this waterfall, you can't see it off to our right here because the camera's low, but really nice little waterfall. We stop here a lot of times, get some pictures made, but haven't seen any fishermen right yet. They may have a moratorium on it right now. You just never know. Have to stop and read the signs that they post. But it is a Tuesday before around lunchtime, so maybe everybody's at work. Poor bastards. We'll get up here in a little ways, and don't know if the camera will pick up the little small dam that it's a really small dam up here that holds on for this lake, but it's a spillway really. I mean, I guess more than a dam. Maybe it might be a two-tiered spillway. I don't really know. I haven't been to the dam up here on this lake. Pavement's pretty nice. I know it looks kind of weird, but that's they patched it and made it smooth. We are going to get up into some homes here in a little bit. We have left the gorge per se where there's no houses, but now we're getting up into some side roads. There'll be some homes up here, little valleys to go through. Kind of gives you a little bit of both. You have that good twisty scenic part by the river, then we'll go through a little bit of a valley, and then we'll climb up a mountain again and go to have a even twistier than what we were just on, and pop out at the lake up top. So it's got a little bit of everything for you. I'll kind of shut up now and make the rest of the video just the ride. Hope you've enjoyed it. I may put all these videos, the scenic videos, into a playlist at some point if you just want to check out some of the places where we've been around this area. We don't go anywhere other than about here and a little bit in North Carolina near Charlotte, near my house. So far, we'll get out there eventually. We're going to try to hit some other places across the country at some point. But right now, things are keeping us close to home, and we'll get out there at some point. Okay, everybody. Well, like I said, if you want to watch the rest of it, great. If not, thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you later. All right, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.